Have you ever wondered about the environmental impact of your air conditioning unit? It's a question that might not cross your mind as you enjoy the cool comfort on a hot summer day. But the reality is, traditional air conditioning systems make a significant contribution to climate change. These systems function by circulating refrigerants that absorb heat from inside our homes and release it outside. However, the process is far from environmentally friendly. The refrigerants used in most air conditioners are potent greenhouse gases. If released into the atmosphere, they can trap up to 1,000 times more heat than carbon dioxide. Moreover, air conditioning units consume a large amount of electricity. In the United States alone, air conditioners use about 6% of the country's total electricity, releasing over 200 million metric tons of carbon dioxide each year. That's equivalent to the emissions from nearly 44 million cars. As global temperatures continue to rise, the demand for air conditioning is expected to soar. In fact, it's estimated that by the mid-century, energy use for cooling will triple. This increased demand will put immense pressure on our power grids and contribute significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. Now, you might be thinking, but I can't live without air conditioning, and you're not alone. As the world gets hotter, air conditioning becomes more of a necessity than a luxury. So the challenge is not to get rid of air conditioning, but to find more sustainable alternatives. The urgency to address the environmental impact of traditional air conditioning isn't just about reducing greenhouse gas emissions, it's also about creating a sustainable future where we can enjoy comfortable indoor environments without contributing to climate change. The good news is, there are eco-friendly solutions out there that can keep us cool without harming the environment. As we continue this journey, we'll explore innovative ways to harness the power of nature, embrace renewable energy, and adopt cutting-edge technologies. Together, we can stay cool and make a positive impact on our planet. Meet Alex, an expert in eco-friendly cooling solutions. He's here to introduce us to the concept of passive cooling, a game-changer in the world of climate control. You see, passive cooling isn't about creating cold air. Instead, it's about using what's already there, the natural elements, to reduce indoor temperatures. Picture it like this: you're under a tree on a hot day. Even though the air around you is warm, you feel cool, right? That's the power of shade, one of the key elements of passive cooling. Now let's talk about ventilation. Ever noticed how it's cooler by the ocean or up in the mountains? That's because moving air carries heat away. By designing our homes and buildings to encourage airflow, we can harness this natural cooling effect. But what about when there's no breeze? That's where thermal mass comes into play. Materials like stone, concrete, and brick can absorb heat during the day and release it at night when temperatures drop. By incorporating these materials into our buildings, we can keep indoor temperatures stable, even on the hottest days. What's more, these techniques don't need electricity to work. That's right, zero energy consumption. And the best part is, they're not just for new buildings. Many of these strategies can be integrated into existing structures, making them a viable solution for anyone looking to reduce their cooling costs and environmental impact. But remember, passive cooling isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Every building, every location, has its unique challenges and advantages. The key is to understand your environment and design accordingly. As you can see, nature itself provides some of the most effective cooling solutions. By harnessing these natural cooling powers, we can stay comfortable, save energy, and help protect our planet. It's a cool solution, don't you think? Now let's dive into the fascinating world of evaporative cooling. Imagine a cool breeze blowing across a lake on a hot day. You feel a refreshing chill, right? That's nature's way of evaporative cooling, and we can replicate this process to cool our homes and businesses. Evaporative cooling systems work on a simple principle. When water evaporates, it takes heat with it, creating a cooling effect. These systems use a fan to draw warm, dry air into the unit, where the air is cooled by evaporation and then circulated back into the room. The result? A comfortable, cool space that uses a fraction of the energy of traditional air conditioning. But how can you harness this power for your own home? Well, you might be surprised to learn that you can build your own evaporative cooler with readily available materials. Here's a basic rundown. First, you'll need a container to hold water. This could be anything from a large bucket to a small plastic tub. Next, you'll need a material that can absorb and hold water, like a sponge or a piece of fabric. This will act as your cooling pad. Then, you'll need a fan to draw air through the cooling pad. This could be a simple desk fan or a larger box fan, depending on the size of your space. Finally, you'll need a pump to circulate the water over the cooling pad, which can be as simple as a small aquarium pump. To assemble your cooler, place the cooling pad inside the container and fill it with water. Then, place the fan on top of the container so it draws air through the cooling pad. Lastly, use the pump to circulate water over the pad, keeping it wet and ready to cool the air. While this is a basic setup, it's a great example of how evaporative cooling can be harnessed with simple, affordable materials. Of course, commercial evaporative coolers offer more power and efficiency, but this DIY approach is a great starting point for anyone interested in sustainable cooling. With evaporative cooling, you can beat the heat while saving energy and money. Next, we explore the potential of solar energy in powering our cooling systems. The sun, our most abundant and ever-reliable energy source, is not just responsible for the sweltering heat of summer days, but it can also be harnessed to provide relief from those high temperatures. Welcome to the world of solar-powered air conditioning. Our guide, Alex, takes us through the process of setting up a solar-powered air conditioning system. It all starts with photovoltaic panels, also known as solar panels. These panels capture sunlight and convert it into electricity. This electricity is then used to power your air conditioning unit, keeping your home cool without the need for fossil fuels. Solar-powered air conditioning is incredibly efficient. On a hot sunny day when your need for air conditioning is at its highest, your solar panels are also at their most productive. It's a perfect match. But what about the cost? While there is an initial investment in purchasing and installing solar panels, the savings on your electricity bills will quickly offset this cost. In fact, depending on where you live and the size of your system, you could even generate more electricity than you need, allowing you to sell the excess back to the grid. Besides the financial benefits, solar-powered air conditioning also has numerous environmental advantages. Traditional air conditioning systems rely on electricity generated from burning fossil fuels, contributing to carbon emissions and climate change. By switching to solar power, you can dramatically reduce your carbon footprint. It's also worth noting that solar energy is renewable, meaning it won't deplete our planet's resources or contribute to environmental degradation. It's an energy source we can rely on for billions of years to come, making it a sustainable solution for our cooling needs. Solar-powered air conditioning is not just a cool idea, it's a practical solution for a greener future. So, why not harness the power of the sun to stay cool and comfortable? After all, the sun is not just the source of our heat, but it can also be the solution. Now, let's look at some of the latest advancements in eco-friendly HVAC technology. In the quest for sustainable comfort, we're seeing incredible innovations in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, or HVAC for short. These technologies are not only reducing our carbon footprint but also optimizing our indoor comfort. Firstly, let's talk about energy-efficient heat pumps. These ingenious devices transfer heat instead of generating it, making them remarkably efficient. During the summer months, they can take the heat from your home and release it outside. In the winter they do the opposite, taking heat from the outside and bringing it in. They use far less energy than traditional heating and cooling systems, making them a win for both your wallet and the environment. Next up, we have geothermal systems. These systems are a game changer in eco-friendly HVAC technology. They leverage the constant temperature of the earth below the frost line to provide heating and cooling. In the summer, heat is extracted from your home and deposited into the earth. In the winter, the process is reversed. Geothermal systems are incredibly efficient and can reduce energy use by up to 50% compared to conventional systems. Finally, let's discuss smart thermostats. These devices are revolutionizing the way we control our indoor climates. They learn from your habits and adjust accordingly, ensuring optimal comfort with minimal energy use. Some can even detect when you're away from home and adjust the temperature to save energy. Plus, with features like energy usage reports and remote control through your smartphone, managing your home's climate has never been easier or more efficient. From energy-efficient heat pumps to geothermal systems and smart thermostats, these advancements are transforming the way we heat and cool our homes. They're not only making our living spaces more comfortable, but they're also reducing our energy consumption and, in turn, our impact on the planet. Innovative HVAC systems are paving the way for a more sustainable and comfortable living environment. What can you do at home to improve your cooling efficiency? Let's dive into some practical tips and tricks to help you create a cooler, more eco-friendly living environment. First off, let's talk about air leaks. These sneaky little culprits can let unwanted heat into your home and let your precious cool air escape. But, worry not, a simple solution is at hand. You can seal these leaks with weather stripping or caulk, which are readily available at your local hardware store. By doing this, you're not just keeping your home cooler, but also reducing your energy consumption. Next up, let's look at your windows. Did you know that a significant amount of heat can seep in through your windows? This is where insulation comes in. By insulating your windows, you're creating a barrier that helps keep the heat out and the cool air in. There are several ways to insulate your windows, from using thermal curtains to installing window films or even double glazing. Now, have you considered the power of good old-fashioned fans? Ceiling fans, for instance, can be a great way to enhance air circulation in your home. They create a wind chill effect that can make your space feel several degrees cooler. Plus, they use far less energy than a typical air conditioning unit. And let's not forget about the power of shade. Planting trees or installing awnings can shield your home from the direct heat of the sun, naturally reducing the temperature inside. Lastly, consider adopting smarter habits. Try to avoid using heat-generating appliances during the hottest parts of the day. And remember, when you leave a room, turn off the air conditioning or adjust the thermostat to a higher temperature. These are just some of the ways you can improve your cooling efficiency at home. Remember, every small change counts. Whether it's sealing air leaks, insulating windows, or simply being mindful of your energy use, you're taking a step towards a more sustainable home. Every small change counts when it comes to creating a more sustainable home. So, let's start making those changes today. The choice is in our hands. We are the generation that has the power, the knowledge, and the responsibility to make a difference. And it starts right at our homes. In the face of rising global temperatures, we've seen how eco-friendly cooling solutions can offer a lifeline, not just to our comfort, but to the planet as well. These aren't just theoretical concepts or distant technologies of the future. They're practical, implementable tools and techniques that we can start using today. Harnessing nature's cooling power, using evaporative cooling systems, and tapping into solar energy for air conditioning are all within our reach. We've explored how these methods work, the benefits they offer, and how we can integrate them into our own homes. But embracing these solutions isn't just about personal gain or comfort. It's about setting an example, about showing our communities that there are sustainable alternatives to traditional air conditioning. We can be pioneers in our neighborhoods, leading the way toward a future where cooling our homes doesn't have to come at the expense of our planet. We can become advocates for change, sharing what we've learned and encouraging others to take the same steps. We can support policies that promote sustainable practices, invest in companies that prioritize eco-friendly solutions, and choose products that align with our commitment to the environment. Remember, every small action counts. Whether it's installing a smart thermostat, sealing air leaks, or simply turning off the AC when it's not needed, each step brings us closer to a more sustainable lifestyle. It's time to rethink how we stay cool. It's time to turn away from practices that harm our environment and embrace those that help preserve it. The solutions are here. The knowledge is in our hands. Now it's up to us to make the change. Together we can create a cooler, greener future for all.